Whew. Hello, my name is Alfred Pleasance the Fifth. This is World 302, Communicating Across Cultures, and today I'll be doing my presentation, my country presentation on the country of Venezuela. The title is Culture, Communication, and Connection. My original project was on the country of Yemen, but my partners decided to go without me in a different direction. They want to do it on their own, and that's totally fine. Um, But yeah, this is the only one, like one out of two that were available between this or Belgium. I thought Venezuela would be a much more interesting country to really talk about. Um, and yeah, I hope you enjoy my project. I'm excited, and let's get into these slides. Where is Venezuela? Venezuela is in northern South America. It borders Colombia, Brazil, Guyana. Its capital is Caracas. I'm sorry if I butcher, just in advance. I do apologize if I butcher any of the words I'm saying. Population around 29 million for the 2024 estimate. Uh, Venezuela covers about 916 square kilometers. It has tropical weather year round and very stunning biodiversity, including Angel Falls, the tallest waterfall in the world. The country's location along the Caribbean makes strategically and culturally connected in both Latin American and Caribbean region. Major landforms: Andes Mountains, Amazon rainforest, um, the grasslands, and the Caribbean coastline. Next slide. There's a lot of food. This next slide is about celebration of the Venezuelan culture. It's kind of mashed up. I had a glitch on the slide. I'm not really sure what the problem, but that's not here or there. Um, some direct foods and some like landmark foods would be arepas, pabeling criollo, halacas, and street food empanadas, tecanos, and chapachas. Another apologize, man. I can tell you I'm butchering some of these names. It's crazy. Music and dance. Joropo is the national music and dance style of harp with harp and maracas and guitar. Gaita Zuliana. Festive Christmas music from Zulia State, salsa merengue, and reggaeton are very popular. Folk dances reflect indigenous African and Spanish roots. Traditions, carnivals, church celebrations, parades, and Catholic festivals, lost strong family ties and gatherings revolve around music and food. The culture of Venezuelans is very vibrant and deeply rooted in family, along community. Food reflects the country's diversity. Um, Herbs are eaten daily while Papello Quilon is the national dish during Christmas. Families make halakas together, symbol of unity and heritage. Music is essential to the Venezuelan identity. Joropo is a very fast, rhythmic dance. It represents love and vitality. And Zuliana dominates Christmas time, blending African drums and Spanish melodies. Festivals like Carnival and Holy Week bring color, costumes, and community celebration. Next slide. Hmm. Political and economic situation. The official name is the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The current president is Nicolas Maduro since 2013. Government is considered an authoritarian presidential system. Currency is Venezuelan Bolivar. The economy was once fueled by oil, now facing hyperinflation. Over 7 million Venezuelans have fled due to the humanitarian crisis. Venezuela had the world's largest proven oil reserves, but political corruption and mismanagement led to economic collapse. Inflation has reached thousands of percent, and citizens struggle with limited access to food, electricity, and healthcare. The political divide between the government and the opposition has caused mass protests and international sanctions. All right, next slide. Culture communication in Venezuela. Communication is warm, emotional, and very expressive. People use touch and eye contact very often. Family and community are the central values. Friendliness and humor are part of everyday interaction. Venezuelans are known for their openness and affection. They express emotions freely and value personal relationships more than formality. Physical touch like a handshake, pat on the arm, or a hug is common even among acquaintances. They may speak loudly, with animation, showing enthusiasm and connection. Foreigners who are kind and respectful are generally welcomed warmly. How sweet. Next slide. Cultural adaptation abroad. Venezuelans tend to stand closer when talking. They use more gestures and facial expressions. Direct eye contact and lively tone are normal. Could be perceived as too expressive in more reserved cultures. When Venezuelans move abroad, their energetic communication can stand out. In cultures where personal space is valued, standing close or frequent touching may feel unusual. However, their friendliness, storytelling, and positive attitude are often appreciated because family is so central. They easily build communities wherever they go. And the next slide, this slide. First impressions and introductions. Handshakes for formal situations. Kiss on one cheek or hug among friends. Use polite titles. Senor, senora, professora. Greet with a smile and warm tone. Elders and authority figures are shown high respect. In Venezuela, greetings are friendly and personal. When meeting someone for the first time, people shake hands firmly and maintain eye contact. Among friends or family, a kiss on the cheek or hug is common. It's polite to use formal titles and last names until invited to use first names. Respect for older people is very important in this culture. And the next line, verbal communication norms. The official language of Venezuela is Spanish. The communication style, expressive, emotional, and personal. People often talk over each other, a sign of enthusiasm. Popular topics, sports, especially baseball, music, food, and family. Sensitive topics all would be politics and government issues due to instability. Wolf. That sounds like our country. Spanish is spoken by nearly everyone in Venezuela, but local accents are musical and fast-paced. Venezuelans tend to speak with passion and humor. Interrupting someone is usually not rude. It shows engagement. They love talking about sports, food, and family, but political discussions can become tense, so they are often avoided in casual settings. I still feel like that sounds like our country too. Very similar. Next line. I hope I hit the 15-minute mark, but it's not looking likely. Full. Nonverbal communication norms, gestures, frequent and animated. Proxemics, close personal space is normal. Haptics, touching arms or shoulders is friendly. Chronemics, social time is flexible. Uh, air quotes for around Venezuelan time. Vocalics, tone of voice is melodic and expressive. Nonverbal communication in Venezuela is rich. People stand close during conversations and may touch your arm while speaking. Smiling and expressive gestures are positive signs. Time is relaxed, being like the social gathering is not rude. Speech tends to rise and fall with emotion. Silence can feel uncomfortable. This talking keeps the connection alive. Indigenous and minority communities. Indigenous groups include the Wayu, Waiaro, um, Yanami, Peron, and others. Represent about 2 to 3% of the population. Live mostly in Amazon and border regions. Speak their own languages and maintain traditions. They face poverty and social exclusion, though legally protected. I'd say very similar to how Native Americans are in America. The primary religion. Wait, I could have went somewhere else, but I put it here. The primary religion of the entire country is Catholicism, but it seemed to go for these tribes, the indigenous groups as well. The national sport as well for these indigenous communities, but also the entire country, is baseball. The Venezuelan Constitution recognizes indigenous land and cultural rights. The way you people live in the northwest near Colombia. The Guaro inhabits at the Orinoco Delta. The Anami live deep in the Amazon rainforest. Despite recognition, these groups often lack political power and face discrimination. Uh, NGOs work to preserve their language and rights. U.S. State Department travel warning. Level 4. Do not travel. as of 2025. Reasons include crime, kidnapping, and political unrest, poor healthcare and shortages, arbitrary arrest of foreigners, U.S. Embassy in Caracas suspended Operation 2018. The U.S. State Department warns against travel to Venezuela because of high crime rates, lack of real reliable infrastructure, and risk of arrest. Electricity, blackouts and shortages essentially are common, while Venezuelans themselves are warm and generous. The country's in instability makes travel dangerous for outsiders. For famous figures, we have Simon Bolivar, the liberator of South America. Hugo Chavez, the former president and political figure. Gustavo Dudamel, world famous conductor of the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Carolina Herrera, a luxury fashion designer, and yeah, two different Miss Universe winners, and Miguelis Castellanos and Stefania Fernandez. Movies and TV, Venezuela telenovelas like Cosita Rica and Mi Gorda Bella are Latin American classics. Pelo Malo, Bad Hair, award-winning 2013 film about identity and poverty, and Once Upon a Time in Venezuela, a recent documentary about showing social change in the country. Art and literature include Carlos Cruz Diaz and Jesus Rafael Soto. Pioneers, kinetic art, Romulo Gallegos, author of Barbara, Venezuela's most famous novel. And visual artists blend European, indigenous, and modern influences. Visual arts blend, yeah, like they have a lot of art. Sorry, that's the whole point. Venezuela has produced so globally recognized figures in politics, music, and the arts. Bolivar is a national hero who helped liberate South American countries. Gustavo Dudamel is one of the world's most top conductors and a symbol of Venezuelan musical excellence, thanks to El Sistema, the country's free orchestra program. In fashion, Carolina Herrera represents Venezuela elegance worldwide. Venezuela also holds a record for Miss Universe winners, reflecting its strong pop culture presence. First thriving kinetic and modern movements, led by Jesus Soto and Carlos Cruz. Venezuela cinema and TV are known for emotional storytelling and social themes. Palomalo and Once Upon a Time and Venezuela are international acclaimed films highlighting the struggle and spirits of its people. Next slide. Faith, family, and the heart of Venezuelan life. Like one of the previous slides said, major religion is Roman Catholicism, 70% of the population. Other faiths include Protestant Christianity, evangelical groups, small Jewish and Muslim communities, indigenous beliefs, blends of Catholic and traditional spiritual practice, like in the earlier slide. Core values of family unity, generosity, respect, and faith in God. Religion and culture. Catholic festivals like Christmas, Holy Week, Semana Santa, and Carnival are major national events. Moral outlook, hope, resilience, and community highly valued. Um, Religion in Venezuela is deeply woven in daily life. Around three-quarters of Venezuelans are identified as Roman Catholic, a legacy of Spanish colonialism. The Catholic Church plays a major social and moral role, offering community with support, education, and charity, especially during the ongoing economic crisis in the country. Protestant evangelical Christian movements have grown in recent decades, emphasizing personal faith and social outreach. In some more rural areas, Catholicism blends with indigenous or African-inspired beliefs, creating local religious traditions. Venezuelans express their faith through festivals and celebrations. Semana Santa, Holy Week, and large parades and church processions. While Carnival, before Lent, is marked by colorful costume and music. Christmas is joyful, family-centered holiday, featuring traditional foods like Holocaust and Midnight Mass. Cultural value emphasize family loyalty, hospitality, respect for elders, and optimism. Even in hardship, Venezuela draws strength from their faith in its community, believing in perseverance and kindness on moral duties. All right, time for the next slide. A nation of resilience and more. Venezuela is a land of beauty, contrast, cultural pride. Communication is deeply emotional and personal. Despite hardship, Venezuelans show optimism and hospitality. Culture reminds us of the power of connection. Venezuelan challenges are immense. economic crisis, migration, and political conflict. But the people remain resilient. Their warmth, creativity, and community spirit define the nation's identity. Whether through language, music, or family bonds, Venezuelans express hope and connection even in these trying times.